Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Do you want to talk about your daily routine in English? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to delve into the art of describing daily routines in English. This is a key skill in language learning, as our daily routines are often the cornerstone of our conversations. Whether you're sharing your day with a friend, explaining your schedule to a colleague, or simply practicing your English skills, being able to articulate your daily routine can truly elevate your linguistic competence. We'll be covering common verbs and phrases used to describe everyday activities, such as waking up, eating meals, or relaxing in the evening. You'll learn to structure sentences to talk about what you do on a typical day, improving your ability to communicate about daily life. By the end of this video, you will be able to confidently describe your daily routine in English. So, let's embark on this linguistic journey together. The first step is to learn the key vocabulary used to describe daily activities. Let's dive into some common verbs that paint a picture of our everyday life. First up, we have wake up. This is the starting point of any day. For example, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Next, we move on to have breakfast. Breakfast is often referred to as the most important meal of the day. So, you might say, after I wake up, I have breakfast. Then comes go to work. Whether you're heading to an office, a construction site, or your home office, this phrase is a staple. Here's an example. I leave my house to go to work at 8:30 in the morning. And let's not forget about have lunch. This is a great way to break up the workday and refuel. You might say, I usually have lunch around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. After a long day, it's time to go home. This phrase marks the end of the workday and the beginning of personal time. For instance, I finish work and go home at 5 o'clock in the evening. Once home, you might have dinner. This is the final main meal of the day. An example could be, after I get home, I have dinner. And finally, we wind down with watch TV. This phrase describes one of the many ways you might relax in the evening. It could be used like this. Before I go to bed, I watch TV. These verbs are the building blocks for describing your daily routine in English. They give structure to your day and provide a framework for you to add more details. Remember, practice is key. Try using these verbs to describe your own daily routine. Maybe you read a book before bed instead of watching TV, or perhaps you go for a run first thing in the morning. Remember these words as they will come in handy when describing your daily routine. Now that you've learned the vocabulary, it's time to put them into sentences to describe your day. Structuring your day in English is all about connecting your activities. For this, we use linking words to create a flow between different parts of your day. These are words like then, after that, and finally. By using these words, we can create a clear and organized narrative of our day. Let's start with the word then. Then is used to show what happens next. For example, I wake up at 7 in the morning, then I brush my teeth. Here, then connects waking up with brushing your teeth, showing the sequence of events. Next, we have after that. After that is used to describe something that happens after another event. For instance, after that, I have breakfast. Here, after that connects brushing your teeth with having breakfast, once again demonstrating the sequence of events. Finally, we have the word finally. We use finally to refer to the last event in a sequence. For example, finally, I leave for work. In this sentence, finally shows that leaving for work is the last thing you do in this morning routine. Now, let's put it all together. I wake up at 7 in the morning, then I brush my teeth. After that, I have breakfast. Finally, I leave for work. As you can see, this sentence provides a clear, structured description of a morning routine. By using these linking words, you can also describe more complex routines. For instance, I wake up, then I go for a run. After that, I take a shower, then I have breakfast. After breakfast, I check my emails, then I start working. Finally, in the evening, I relax by watching television. Remember, practice is key. The more you use these words in your daily conversations, the more natural they will feel. And don't worry if you make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. With these linking words, you can describe your day in a logical and organized manner. Now, let's put everything together and practice describing a typical day. In the world of language learning, there's an old saying that rings true. Practice makes perfect. And that's precisely what we're going to do now. We'll take everything we've learned so far about daily routine vocabulary and sentence structure and use it to describe a typical day from sunrise to sunset. Let's imagine a day in the life of a character named Alex. Alex wakes up at 6 in the morning. After waking up, Alex brushes his teeth and takes a shower. Around 7, Alex has breakfast, usually a bowl of oatmeal and a cup of coffee. After breakfast, Alex would say, I go to work. Alex's workday starts at 8 and finishes at 5 in the afternoon. During the day, Alex has lunch at 1. After work, Alex goes to the gym for a workout. Alex would say, I go to the gym at 6 and after that, I have dinner at 8. In the evening, Alex likes to unwind by watching TV or reading a book. Alex would say, finally, before bed, I watch TV or read a book to relax. Alex usually goes to bed around 11 at night. Remember, the key to mastering the skill of talking about your daily routine in English is practice, practice, and more practice. Try describing your own daily routine using the vocabulary and sentence structures we've learned today. Wake up, have breakfast, go to work, have lunch, come home, have dinner, and finally, go to bed. Use these words, use these structures, and soon you'll find yourself more comfortable and confident in sharing your day in English. Don't worry if it doesn't come naturally at first. Be patient with yourself. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and with time, you'll improve. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to talk about your daily routine with ease. Now, you are equipped with the vocabulary and sentence structures to talk about your daily routine in English. We've covered common verbs like wake up, have breakfast, go to work, and watch TV. We've also practiced constructing simple sentences to describe a typical day, using linking words such as then, after that, and finally. For example, I wake up at 7 in the morning and have breakfast at 8, or I go to work at 9, and after that, I have lunch at 12. These phrases and structures will help you confidently communicate about your daily life, enhancing your everyday conversations in English. The key to mastering these skills is to keep practicing. Use English to describe your daily routine, to tell your friends about your day, or to write in your journal. The more you use it, the better you'll get. Remember, practice makes perfect. Don't be afraid to use English to describe your daily routine. You're doing great.
Let's learn new words and practice English at level A2. Wake up. Wake up to stop sleeping and become conscious. Example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. every day to start my morning routine. Breakfast. Breakfast, the first meal of the day, usually eaten in the morning. Example, after waking up, I have breakfast, which often includes cereal and fruit. Commute. Commute, to travel regularly between home and work or school. Example, I commute to work by bus, and it takes about 30 minutes. Lunch. Lunch, a meal eaten in the middle of the day. Example, I usually have lunch at around 1 p.m., often with my colleagues. Go to bed. Go to bed, to lie down in your bed to sleep. Example, after a long day, I go to bed at 10 p.m. to get enough rest.